Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Living on Rocky Top. My name is Karsten Hoagland.
And I'm Ali LaRosa. Today on our podcast, we have special guests Alea Sumter and Abigail Pierce, founder and vice president of UTK's Fashion Society. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Of course.
Yes, of course. So start off, tell us a little bit where you're from, hometown, major, all that fun stuff.
My name's Alea Sumter. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm a senior marketing major with a minor in graphic design.
Awesome.
I'm Abigail, and I'm also a senior. I'm from Camden, Tennessee, and I'm a marketing major with a collateral in entrepreneurship.
Awesome. So both marketing.
Yes.
I feel like marketing's one of those fun careers, like you're not behind a desk all day, like you get to go, I don't know, I feel like it's fun.
It's very versatile. I feel like
Right.
you can
Yeah.
do whatever you want with the degree. It's so broad and like communications almost.
Yeah.
Not to brag
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah.
I have to slide that in.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I feel like there's two sides to it. There's like a creative side and there's the more analytical side
Right.
of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So start off by just telling us, like, what is the Fashion Society to those that maybe have never heard of it?
Well, it's a club for fashion, obviously. I think we really focus on getting a community of people together who are interested in fashion, whether that's learning like the technical skills, wanting to work in the fashion industry, or really just there for like a genuine interest in fashion and kind of like being a part of that community. So we do different things that kind of go towards that. Like we do sewing workshops, we do photo shoots, we do socials, just all those kind of like, that's our mission, is just to really bring that community together. So
And Abigail, you kind of mentioned that you sew in your free time, right?
Yeah. So I just recently picked it up, probably like a year ago. It started at one of our sewing workshops. I guess I just didn't realize how manageable it was for the average person. But it's really not that difficult. It just requires like focus and patience. But yeah, now Alea and I are actually taking a sewing class through the theater department
awesome.
with Professor Nino Russell. He's great. He's also led a couple of our sewing workshops for the Fashion Society.
yeah.
That's really
Awesome.
cool.
I didn't know they did that, so that's great to know.
We didn't either
Yeah.
until we took the sewing workshop and he's like, hey, you know, we have this class open. We're like, what?
Right.
Here?
Yeah. I feel like sewing is like a great skill to have that no one really thinks about.
I feel like it's a good distressor.
Yeah.
Like you're just
Yeah.
like sewing away your problems almost.
It's just a
Yeah.
creative
It's
outlet.
like therapeutical.
Right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
No,
just-
like it's like meditation, especially once you start going. Well, as long as like nothing
Yeah.
messes up with
Yeah.
the thread, it just like I don't
You're
know
in
the
the
way it just
zone.
keeps going. Like
Yeah.
I could like zone out, and I'm like, oh, it's done. Yeah.
That's hilarious. So, tell us your favorite brand, like fashion brand, and why.
Sorry, we
I
know
know,
it's
that's a
loaded
hard one,
question,
yeah.
but we have to ask.
Yeah.
No,
You're
we're big
passionate.
thrifting girls, so I feel like
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to pick a brand, but
It is. I feel like I don't have the money to follow a brand super closely right now,
Yeah.
but I love Miu Miu.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
if I had to pick like a designer level,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, thrifting girl for sure.
yeah, it really is hard because I feel like the past few years, honestly, like I started sewing like senior year of high school, like right as I was getting into college. I really have not online shopped much or like gone into stores. Like I feel like, I mean, literally everything I'm wearing except my shoes is thrifted. Like I always like,
Right.
I like to like thrift things. It kind of feels like I'm like, I don't know, like searching
It's like
for
a
gold.
treasure hunt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I don't know. Honestly, I can't even tell you a brand that comes to mind right now because I feel like I just, I don't know. I'm not like loyal to a certain
Yeah.
brand.
Right. No,
Well,
I'm
good for you for not shopping online because that's an addiction of mine. Like free time.
Well,
shopping
clothing
online.
wise, you know, I have
Clothing-wise,
issue
yeah.
right now.
Facebook
Right.
Marketplace though.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
my own.
yeah.
That's true.
yeah, I'm like that. I'm indecisive, so I feel like if you go into a store, it's just everything in different colors.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you go to like a vintage store or thrifting, it's like you see the different types of things you can get. So like
Right.
you're getting, I don't know, like a shirt in pink, blue, you're getting different types and styles.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like if you went in my closet, when it comes to clothes, now shoes is a different story.
Right.
But like when it comes to clothes, I feel like you won't see like multiple of the same brand because like I really just haven't shopped
Right.
like that in a while.
So what is your, like when you go to thrift stores, what is your, like what do you look for? Is there a certain style that you're going for or is it kind of just whatever you like in the moment.
Or like, what's your go-to plan? Because I know some
Yeah.
people have to like plan it
Right?
out.
No,
Like,
Yeah.
I definitely do plan it out. I feel like we both will, like, kind of like, well, first of all, like, I'll kind of go on Pinterest and see, like, okay, what do I need, right? Like, I go through my closet, I'm like, what do I need? Like, fall's coming up. So that's kind of been my thing lately. So I'm like, all right, I need some, like, fall clothes. So I'll go on Pinterest and kind of get, like, you know, a style, a vision together of, like, what are things that I'm seeing that I really like and I want for fall. Then I kind of make a list of that, like, what I don't have this in my closet, so I need this. And I feel like there's some manifestation when it comes to thrifting because literally I always seem to find, like, what I'm looking for. It may not be exact, but it's like, oh, that works for what I wanted. So like right now, like, okay, I wanted some like baggy low-rise jeans. I wanted like pops of color like this I got recently. I wanted like bright pops of color for like my new wardrobe coming in. So I kind of just make a list of things and I feel like I find a good bit of it. You know, you gotta hop around, but
Yeah.
Right?
yeah.
I feel like my method is a bit more like chaotic. But I feel like I do always start in the shoes and then the men's coats because I'm obsessed with jackets and that's a great place to find like oversized blazers and leather jackets and stuff like that. But yeah, I feel like thrifting is a great way to like uncover your personal style a little bit more because
Right.
when you're in the mall, it's kind of like overwhelming with all the trends and stuff to like actually decipher what I like. Like, is this cute or did I just see like someone famous wear it?
Right.
So I feel like maybe thrifting for me, it's easier to decipher what I actually like and what's my style.
Right. I feel like the men's department always has better things.
Yeah.
What?
Shirts, pants, they have
We just
pockets.
do. Yeah.
No, they have pockets. Girls, it's like you're like, oh, okay, I can
Not
put
the
my
fake
phone
pockets.
in,
Yeah.
like
Right.
one bobby pin. But men, it's like cargo. Like you got a full.
They're almost
department.
sturdier too. Like these are
They-
men's jeans. Like it's just like, yeah, who do we need to talk to about
Right. Who need to call up because they need to make better pockets. That's all I'm gonna say.
Deeper pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where do you go to thrift? Like here in Knoxville, what's your favorite like go-to store?
Is there a secret spot that we don't know about?
Okay.
Where's this going? No, I'm just like,
No, okay. We like AmVets.
love Ambets.
We like AmVets.
Okay.
They also have student discounts
Yeah,
on
on
Tuesdays.
Tuesdays.
So specifically
student
Ambets on
discounts.
Tuesdays, 25% off, and they always give you a $4 off coupon when you leave too. But just like
Ooh.
maybe 1 or 2 shirts, you know. It's- yeah. Ladies.
Yeah, I feel like AmVets has been our go-to recently,
Yeah.
I would say.
go to Ladies of Charity, but I feel like not for clothes, more for like find good things there. I'll never shut up about a Vitamix blender that I got for $3 there.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
dang.
It's just a really good blender.
That's
Yeah.
a good price.
Yeah.
But let's see, other Goodwill, obviously, is a good one. I feel like Goodwill and AmVets are like the main ones that we go to. We always thrift together. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So you touched a little bit on your fall wardrobe, and fall is approaching. Do you care to tell us about some fashion trends or
Or ones that you
Maybe.
think that are gonna happen.
right?
Or ones that are happening and you're like, that shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Well, so we had a New York Fashion Week watch party for our last meeting, which was
Okay.
so fun.
That's awesome.
And one thing we did talk about was just like the bright colors, like I was saying, like, just like pops of color, pops of vibrant color with kind of just like more neutral outfits or, I don't know, just pops of color in general, whether that's in your shoes or like, like just like having like that bright pop of color, I think is one that's definitely like coming up or like really already here.
Right.
We
yeah.
actually just made an Instagram post about this as well. One of our content creators made like a forecasting post. I think she talked about ballet flats and the color
Interesting.
red. What else? Oversized jackets.
Yeah.
That was in
Typical.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned your socials. I actually follow you guys. You have a great social media.
Thank you.
So how did you start that? Because I know you start from obviously 0 followers and you get a building. And what's like tips you'd give to another organization trying to do the same thing?
I feel like us both being marketing majors kind of helped with that. Like we
Yeah.
kind of had a footing to go off of. But I feel like our Instagram is actually kind of like less popular than our TikTok now. So just like using multiple platforms and using those platforms to like promote each other. Also, any way that you can get engagement is great. So if you do a story post, have like a poll or a slider with a ranking and stuff like that. So yeah, I would definitely say like any way you can get engagement will definitely grow your audience.
Yeah, and like TikTok, so we started off like with Instagram, because Instagram's like where people are going to find us. So we'll still, when we're telling people like, if they're interested in getting involved, we're always like, follow our Instagram, because we post updates on there where it's like, you can't really do that on TikTok. TikTok is a way to reach like a larger audience. So like, we have around like probably about 600 followers on Instagram, which is good, but it's like on TikTok, I think we just reached out over 1,000 now. So it's like,
Oh, wow.
we're reaching
Congrats.
people, thank you.
Yeah.
We're reaching people like, who go to UT, even if they're not in the club, it's like they see it and they, they're interested in it. So I think TikTok is more of like our fun, like kind of, we do our content shoots, which we love doing those on campus, and we'll post on Instagram like, hey, we're doing content shoots, but obviously it's for TikTok. So it's kind of like merging the platforms, but TikTok is definitely a way, I think, to like reach a larger audience, whereas Instagram, you have to like intentionally like follow, to see our content.
Right. No, I know. Your TikToks come up on my For You page all the time.
Happy to hear that.
Yeah, right.
I see what everyone's wearing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just wear like a baggy shirt and shorts every day, and people are like accessorizing, like mini skirts, like cute like accessories and all
Yeah.
that. I'm just like, I wish.
No, we'll get people commenting that, and they're like, I just wear pajamas to class. And we're
Yeah.
like, that's okay. Like,
Yeah.
No, I
wear
know.
what you want. I think it's a way, because for a while, like, I know freshman year, I didn't really feel comfortable to wear like the outfits that I really wanted to wear, because I'm like, no one's wearing that. I just felt a little kind of like,
I get it,
keep
yeah.
it down or whatever. And I think the TikTok has definitely helped people like see like, oh, well, other people are wearing this, I can wear that too. It's like almost a
Right.
way of like kind of empowering them to wear just like whatever you want, whatever makes you feel comfortable, expresses yourself, that kind of thing. But it's never in a way to make people feel like they need to step up their game. Like,
Yeah.
we get it. Like those early morning classes, like not
Yeah.
everybody wants to like get dressed, and that's okay.
Right.
Yeah, and we have people of like all different styles in our club. Like we don't discriminate, and we're not judgy about
Yeah.
your fashion style. If it's what you like, go for it. We love it.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I started my blog, Southern Spoiled, and that's centered around, like,
You're gonna
men-
plug yourself.
Yeah, well, I mean, but no, it's going off of, like, you don't really see much men's fashion. Like, if it's not athletic clothes, jeans and t-shirt, shorts and a t-shirt, like, it's kind of not really frowned upon, but people just look at it weird. And so that's why I kind of created it, just to
Like normalize it.
normalize it,
Yeah.
right? Because it doesn't get broadcasted a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Maybe a collaboration.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah, we love to promote other students in small clubs on campus.
So,
Who have you promoted? Sorry.
no,
interrupt.
you're good.
But who have you promoted that you'd say like was like, oh wow, like I didn't think of that collaboration.
We did a collab with Bay. It's like Black Students for Artistic Expression. We did a social with them, and I think that was perfect because their club centers a lot of just like I said, artistic expression. So that can go into a lot of different things, whereas ours is like mostly focused on fashion related kind of things. So it was really cool to like merge those two groups of people. And doing our social, like it kind of had some of our members like get introduced to them and their members, and like it was a good collaboration that we didn't really like think of at first, and like I think it kind of benefited both of our clubs doing that.
And then we also did a photo shoot with the UTK Photography Club, which they're also a new club, started around the same time as us. But that was like a match made in heaven because
Yeah.
they have a lot of photographers and not a lot of models, and we have a lot of models and no one to take our pictures. So we did like an editorial style shoot with them, and that worked really well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely need people to take photos. That's
Yeah.
hard to
For
find. So, do you care to talk a little bit about, like, I know some people have trouble, like, finding their style and maybe not always have the time to, go find stuff. So, can you maybe share some advice for those people out there?
I think it's a journey, honestly. I think we're all still trying to find our style.
For sure.
We still talk about it. We're like, okay, do we really like this, or did we just see it and it looks trendy right now? Which I think is okay. There's nothing wrong with wearing something or going out for something that's trendy. I think with personal style also just comes like personal development and like growing, you know, you're always like changing and growing. So I think your style is going to reflect who you are and, you know, like the person you are as you keep growing. So I would just say it's something that keeps changing, but I guess tips would be just like, I don't know, that's like Abby was saying, like thrifting I think is a good way to just kind of, no one's gonna have that, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's kind of just like finding things that you like. Yeah, I think it's kind of a hard question because I think even we're still like finding,
Right.
I think we're still finding our personal
Yeah.
style, you
And
know?
I feel like
sure.
it kind of evolves, like
Yeah.
with trends and just like we're seeing stuff from the 80s and 90s coming
Right.
back, and it's just kind of up and down. It's a roller coaster, yeah.
Exactly.
That would probably be my advice is like, don't limit yourself to a specific aesthetic or niche, you know, like take inspiration from all kinds of different sources. Don't like limit yourself to a specific like group of people on the internet or something like that.
Right, because I'm a different person every day. Like,
Yeah.
literally,
Yeah.
my
Same.
style is different every day. Like, it's just
Right,
like
yeah.
whatever I'm feeling, that day, I would just wake up and like, it's not the same kind of like, there's different like aesthetics or whatever,
Right, yeah.
So it's like I feel like it's definitely not like the same kind of aesthetic. I hate saying that, but it's just like,
No,
I don't
but
know how
that's
to describe it.
that's word to say.
Yeah, it's different every day. So I think just like kind of really like being in touch with like how you're feeling that day. Cause like I just feel like whatever I'm wearing really does make me feel better. Like, when I'm wearing
Yeah.
just like a cute outfit that really feels like me that day, I just feel better. And I feel like I'm like moving about the day better. So-
Right. I feel like so I have a 9 o'clock class, so like I feel like I start the day in just comfy clothes. Like
Yeah.
just rolled out of bed. Like I really don't want to be here, but I'm here. And then like midday I go home, wardrobe change, and like what I actually want to wear for the day. But yeah, what about you?
I wake up and it's whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's a big shirt and jeans or a big shirt and shorts. Unless it's like a studio day or something like that. As a journalism major, you kind of have to dress for the major sometimes. Like if you're going to a fancy meeting or you're going to do this or whatever, that's how I base it
Right.
on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically why I picked business as my major. I want to wear workwear.
Right. Love business casual.
Right.
Yeah. So would you say, business casual, would you say like, I feel like the work industry has gone from like suits and very professional to very business casual. Do you really know like why that is, or can you touch a little bit on that?
Aside from like Gen Z just being Gen Z, and we're kind of like, we're not
Right.
doing that. Like,
Yeah.
like, I also feel like, why do we, I mean, okay, this is my personal take. I don't know why it's moving like that. I would just say it's kind of like a generational thing. But like, it's also like, why do we, I understand like being professional and like, I feel like we can merge that. I think people are just seeing like, we don't have to just wear like slacks and like a blazer all the time. I mean,
Right.
blazer can still work with like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just like, I think it's important to be able to express yourself and like, your style, and also merging that with like business and still looking modest and, wearing your workwear. I think it's good.
I feel like maybe COVID might have had an effect on
Yeah,
that as
I was
well.
thinking that a little
because
bit.
we all got used to working from home. So then maybe when it was time to go back, we were like, we're not doing that again.
Right. It was like the business on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, party on the bottom.
Yeah. I feel like COVID changed like everything.
It
Like
did,
the way
yeah.
we do
It
it,
did.
literally everything.
It's so true.
Yeah.
And I feel like America is just so different. Like I went to Italy last summer, and you won't find somebody in sweatpants.
Oh,
like
yeah.
just like
Yeah.
the casual like I don't know what the word like the casual like what you wear. I
Right.
guess like it's
Like
just
cozy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
For them,
it's
leggings.
pajamas.
Leggings
They're
you'll
like-
you won't find it unless like you're a tourist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're there and you're like, oh, like I'll dress like an Italian, whatever, and then you're like, no, I stand out.
It's definitely an American thing.
Yeah.
I've seen like those videos where it's just like someone from another country coming to America, and there's certain American things like American football or whatever. And one of the things
Right.
they say, they're like, everyone's wearing pajamas. Like, it's true, guys. It's true. I think it's so funny because I'm like, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're cozy.
We're comfy.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I
Hey,
mean,
nothing wrong with being
we get
comfy.
stuff done.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. So I have a question for y'all. Accessories. What are your go-to accessories? What touch a little bit about like the trends of accessories, the Lululemon Everywhere bags. Are they in? Yes or no? Like, what do you think?
One of my favorite accessories is probably belts. And I also think this is kind of a trend right now. Like a lot of times adding belts to an outfit that you're like, that doesn't need a belt, like over a dress or over a
Right.
skirt.
It needs a belt.
It needs a belt. Yeah. No, I'm obsessed with all kinds of different belts.
Yeah.
That's my thing right now.
Me lately, it's been watches, which I'm ashamed
Yeah.
of myself that I'm not wearing them right now. But I don't know, it started out like one thrift store. I was like, oh, like, I want a watch. And I saw a cute, like, little dainty watch. And like, since then, I probably have like 10 watches now. And like, I've even gotten to the point where I'm like doubling them up. I'm like, yes, I need like 2 times. None of them actually work either. It's literally just for
That's hilarious.
I was gonna say, at least you know the time all the time.
No, I don't. Like, that's the thing, I don't.
You're just confused because you look down and you see like
Yeah.
3 different things.
Yeah.
You're
It's
like,
just
wait.
it's a bracelet with a clock
Yeah.
on it to
Yeah.
me. And the clock that doesn't work, but yeah, for me it's been watches. I love to just over accessorize. Like I said, I'll literally double up on the watches just because, like, I don't know, like
Fashion over function. Like, yeah,
literally.
Yeah.
always. I was watching Selling Sunset on Netflix, and one of the realtors had just a chair purse. Like, you couldn't put anything in it.
exactly
It was
the
just the
purse
shape of a chair. Yeah, and the broker was like, "Why?" And she goes, "It's a fashion statement. Like, it doesn't have to be functional."
Yeah, it's like those glasses that will just like dip down. They
Yeah.
don't have a lens.
Yeah.
It's literally just like,
For real.
Or it's like the 3D glasses, like when you go to a movie as a kid, you just poke them out. And
Yeah.
It's like the fake glasses.
Yeah.
It's so funny to me. It's like ironic, but like I don't know. Like why? It has no function. It's
Yeah.
not even like fashion over function. It's like just fashion,
Right.
no function.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that show has some crazy styles.
Yeah,
Like,
literally, you can watch Selling Sunset and Selling the OC just for fashion.
I live for the
it's-
drama of that show.
Oh, I know. I know. Who's your favorite character or person on the show?
Christine, but
Yeah.
not in a way that I like actually like her. In a way of just like, she's just so. She's the problem, She's the
Right.
Just you need someone to like mix that up. It's for the drama.
Yeah, and she's killing the fashion game.
Yeah.
I mean,
She was like invited to like I don't know what fashion week it was, or she's getting invited to these things because
Yeah.
they're seeing it.
right.
yeah.
So speaking of fashion weeks, what would be an event that you would be invited to that you're like, oh my gosh, I got invited to this? Like a dream event.
Oh, like any first of all.
Yeah.
I mean,
a red carpet.
yeah, like a Met Gala kind
Yeah,
of thing.
that would
for
be
sure.
awesome.
I think we beggars can't be choosers like
Right.
right now,
Yeah.
like literally anything. But yeah, I feel like definitely a red carpet where we can also, well, either way, we could also dress up. But like,
Right.
the Met Gala would be really cool. But then aside from that, like Paris Fashion Week to start. Then just go down the list of fashion weeks,
Yeah.
like literally any of
All of them. You'll take
Yeah,
all.
all of the above. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, don't be like Kim in Italy, the Dolce argument.
Oh yeah.
Like, that is so bizarre. Like,
The
why you...
TikToks are great though.
I know.
Like,
I know, it always makes me laugh when I see the Dolce argument. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
stole my wedding country and my wedding singer.
So funny.
Wait, what's the wedding singer?
Andre.
Andre Bocelli.
Bocelli.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I had Andre Bocelli.
He's a
Yeah.
good singer. He has
know.
one song that I know. Can't sing it though. It's an
I mean,
Italian.
you can't beat the Kardashian argument. It's just,
Yeah.
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 They
Like
themselves, they
Kardashian.
have their own fashion.
They really do.
Like that's another
Oh,
show.
okay. So I have a question. Courtney's fashion. I feel like she did a full 180.
Since
Like,
she's been with Travis.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I mean, honestly, I like it.
Yeah.
I like this kind of like, obviously she's so like, to me, I wouldn't say I keep up with the Kardashians, but I think that's something that's just like, we've all seen the kind of like,
Right.
maybe
Yeah.
not all, but like,
And even if
I've
you don't
seen,
watch
like,
the show, like, you see them on Instagram.
Right,
you see them on
exactly.
like, you just, yeah, you can't miss the Kardashians.
I kind of love it for her. I think it works with her kind of like, I
And
don't
it's
know.
like with your personal, like we were talking about earlier, like you can change your style as you
Right.
Right,
evolve
yeah.
as a person. So like even if it's a phase for her,
she's
Whatever,
in her Travis
do
era.
it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh, that's not her. She's changed so much. It's like, well, I mean,
Let
she
her
got
have
married to
fun.
the man, so like,
Yeah.
it kind of is like a part of her life now. so.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So, last question. We'll kind of start wrapping it up. But white after Labor Day. I feel like that's a huge. That's for some people. That's like, ugh, but like I don't know.
Is that like a superstition or
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
an
I don't know
etiquette
why that's
rule?
a thing.
Like the amount of looks I get for wearing white after Labor Day, I'm like, why does that matter?
I mean,
like,
I personally, well, okay, yeah. Is it a superstition or etiquette? Because I don't know.
yeah, I don't know either. Like,
I
That's a great
will
question. I
wear
have
whatever
no
I'm feeling that
clue.
day. It's the next day. To
Right.
me, it's not like, oh, day after Labor Day. It's like, it's just the day after
Yeah.
Labor Day. I'm going to, if I want to wear white that day, I'm going to
Exactly.
wear.
Right.
But I honestly don't know what that is. I've heard of it,
Right.
like, you know, but I don't know if that's like, is it disrespectful?
Right.
Or is
I'm
it
like,
like a super
Yeah.
like bad luck? I don't know, but I'm going to wear it because I don't know.
My
Yeah.
family, like my mom and my grandmother, they put away their white
Yeah.
skirts and
No,
their white
for
dresses
real,
after
yeah.
Labor Day. But yeah, as long as like I'm not offending anyone, I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep
like,
wearing it. Like
Exactly.
I'm not gonna toss out half my
I wasn't-
closet
And that
after a
goes for
certain time of
fashion.
year.
Yeah, right. I
Yeah.
wasn't brought up. Like that was not instilled in me growing up. That's why I don't really know about
Yeah.
it. I just know I've heard about it, but like not to the point where I'm not tossing out my clothes or like
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wear whatever I want the day after.
Right.
It's like yeah,
That goes for fashion as a whole. Like you do you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Like,
that's
I
what
simply
people.
can't care.
Right.
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 Yeah. And I feel like it's also a generation thing. Like, you know, I feel like Gen Z's also kind of changing that and moving away.
Just don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things are changing.
Well,
Sorry.
there's a nicer way to say it. Like
yeah.
we are pushing boundaries.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. That sounds
There
more
you go.
powerful.
There's
Yeah,
the
we don't
marketing
care.
major.
We're doing good here. We're trying. But so what would you say, you know, if someone were wanting to get involved with Fashion Society,
How to join?
yeah,
first
how to
of all.
join,
Yeah.
and, you know, what would they expect when they join?
We definitely encourage coming to the meetings so you can kind of just get a taste of what it's like. Our meetings are open to everybody. As
And
far as
when are
joining,
those?
our meetings are bi-weekly. So
Okay.
our next one would be, don't know when this is going out, but our next one would be the 26th.
Okay.
So yeah, just getting involved and coming to the meetings, I think, is a good first step. And then you pay your $20 dues, which lasts you the whole time you're at UT. That just kind of goes towards our fund for the meeting. So we have like a crochet workshop coming up where like we buy the supplies for the workshop. Or our last meeting, we had the New York Fashion Week watch party. We got like snacks for that. So it kind of just goes into like our fund, you know, to
Yeah.
kind of put back into the club.
Right.
So yeah, you pay your $20 dues, and then after you pay that, you'll get added to our group meet, and that's when we send out more information about upcoming events, because certain events are for the members. And yeah, and then you're added to the roster. That's about it. You're really in it for
You're
your whole
in it,
duration
yeah.
of
Right.
UT.
Yeah, and a great way, like we said earlier, to keep up with what we're doing is through our Instagram page. You can also like always DM our Instagram. We're very active on that, replying and connecting with people. You can also always DM Alea or I.
Yeah. We also have like a
Our
head of PR
membership-
now.
yeah.
Who like he specifically is like, you know, that's his like duties is to kind of like reply to people and like
Right.
being more involved on our Instagram. So always like DM us. We respond pretty quick. So
Awesome.
Perfect.
Well, thank you so much for
Yes.
coming on today
guys for
Thank
having
you.
us.
giving us some insight on fashion and
Yeah, we're trying to
Yeah.
spread some
Yeah.
more, get more members for sure. I think it's been growing. It's crazy. So definitely appreciate the opportunity
Yeah.
to just like speak on it and get more, get more out there.
yeah, absolutely.
Definitely gonna go get more belts and watches now.
Yeah. And yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yes, thank you for coming on and, you know, sharing. If you have an interest in fashion and want to join the Fashion Society, you know, reach out to Alea and Abigail and
Our Instagram is the Fashion Society UTK.
yes,
Yes.
yeah, we will put all of their socials and TikToks on the screen. But that's a wrap for this week's episode of Living on Rocky Top,
I'm Ali LaRosa.
and I'm Carson Hoagland.
See you next week.